Hello, beautiful. Welcome to Everland again. It's a hazy day. I guess this is what they call the dog days of summer. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Summer, but not so much summer. Summer's end. Yeah, summer's end. It's so beautiful out here. But as we know, the seasons change. Every season has its time and purpose under heaven, just like it says in the song. And we know that all of this will soon come to an end. Yes, it will. So let's talk about how we're going to prepare for the winter time and for what is to come and what's happening right now in our economy, in the world's economy, but specifically the economy right here where I am. The good old US of A. Let's talk about the price of fuel. The price of fuel goes up, it goes down, but something tells me that the cost of fuel is about to go way up. And when will it go way up? It will happen probably when we need it the most, which is the colder months of the year. So what are we going to do? What will we do when the price of heating our homes skyrocket? Will we wish for summer again? Maybe. But why should we? We can take care of this situation if we prepare right now. Prepare now. Number one, I already showed you the solar energy, and that's what I'm doing. Number two, I have heaters. I have electric blankets. I have things that I can actually hook up to those solar generators that can keep me warm. Keeping a house warm is different. I personally don't prefer having a house that doesn't have a wood-burning fireplace. But nonetheless, if you have a house or an apartment that does not have a wood-burning fireplace, there are still things that you can do. One of those things is you can actually buy a wood-burning fireplace, and if you follow the directions and safety manuals, you can actually use those to keep a room in your house warm. And you can actually use wood that you get from, I get my wood from out there, all out there. And you can buy wood. When trees fall, if you see that there's a tree, people have trees chopped up all the time. Sometimes they just, like a tree will fall. If you have a way to cut up a tree yourself, you could just go and ask that person. You can ask a person that has a tree that has fallen in their yard or on their property if they don't mind if you remove it, and they will probably say, I do not mind, and that will save them money. It will save you some money. You have firewood. So those are some good ideas. When you're trying to stay warm inside your home, don't think about heating an entire house or an entire apartment or condo or what have you. Think about what is the best way to keep yourself and your family warm. One idea is to make sure you have a room designated to heat. Have a room I call the hot room. Just warm one room where people know they can go for warmth. Even in the summertime, you can have a cold room. That way you don't have to wear out your air conditioning unit. You can have one room that you keep cool, that people know that they can go in and enjoy some refreshing, cool air. Okay, so those are the two things that we're talking about. The other thing is more serious. It's this housing market that is getting ready to crash. It's crashing now. It's not a joke. People are warning us about it, but you know how people are. They're not going to believe it, being complacent, but it's already happening. I'll give you some tips to look out for so that you can protect yourself. And one of those is if you own your home, make sure open all of your mail. Because some of you might not know this, but I know because I've bought 3 houses. I bought 3, sold one, lost one in the Big Short, and then this is our third. So what happens with your mortgages? The mortgage companies, they sell these mortgages. Yeah, they sell your loan to other companies. They'll send you a letter telling you that they've sold it to another company and that you can't mail your check or you can't call and make a payment on the number that you're accustomed to because someone else is in charge of your loan now, and they'll tell you, they'll give you the name of the person or something. It's really strange. You might get a name. They might say, well, now your loan is being serviced by Mr. Harold, so please call Mr. Harold to make your payment. That's quite strange, but that happens. Now, when you get ready to make your payment and you call Mr. Harold, well, what might happen is, and this is a trick that they use, you'll call and they'll tell you, well, Mr. Harold isn't here. You have to call Mr. Harold on Thursday. Then you call Mr. Harold on Thursday and you put your loan number in. The robot voice will say, we don't have any record of that loan number. Please hold for the operator or call again. When you call again, if you hold for the operator, it's another robot. And the robot doesn't know anything about what's going on because this is human generated. And then when you keep calling Mr. Harold, he's never available. You have to jump through so many hoops to call Mr. Harold. And this is the beginning. What they're hoping is that you'll slip up and you won't be able to reach Mr. Harold within the window that he's actually going to be available. And if you don't reach him to make your payment as you always do on time, because he's not available or they're not giving you information on how to make your payment, guess what? Your payment will be late. if you can't make your payment will be late. And that's how it starts. So if your payment is late that time, then of course you have to pay a late fee. That makes and that's bad on your credit too. And it starts right there. The biggest thing is, like for homeowners, you have a mortgage. You pay it every month. You know when and to whom. When you receive mail that has your mortgage lender's name on it, please open every single envelope, because you do not know what tricks that they are doing. They might be sending you a letter saying that they have raised your mortgage because of blase or blase. And if you mail your regular payment in and they have raised it and you don't know about it, guess what? Then you have not paid your mortgage, and that will count against you. So that's how their process starts. They start that process that way. And sometimes people, they don't know that they have been paying their mortgage on time. They know who to pay. If they receive so much junk mail and then they get letters from their mortgage company, they don't open it because they figure, oh, whatever, they're trying to solicit something to me that I do not want. I pay my mortgage on time. Well, if you don't open the mail, you won't know that they have raised your mortgage. Yeah, it sounds crazy, right? Well, trust me, these things happen. They happen to normal people like you guys that are working hard, paying your bills, you can end up, they'll put you in this system. It's a cycle. This is a system that it's a formula to render you on the opposite side of home ownership, on the opposite side of having a roof over your head, being a tenant, and that's the beginning of their way of destroying you. Because if you don't have a roof over your head, number one, it does something to you psychologically. That's number one. Number two, a stereotype. People look at people that are homeless in a certain way. They assume that people have done something horrible to end up in that predicament. Oftentimes it's what I'm telling you right now. It's something that just, it happens. But if you can't see this coming and circumvent it some way, have yourself prepared so that this doesn't overtake you. This will hurt you, just like that snake in the Ponderosa out there. What you don't know can and will hurt you. Okay? Now, I've also got some advice for those who have found themselves in this rabbit hole. That's what I call a rabbit hole. I'm not in it, thank God, but I know how to get out of it if you find yourself in it. And I wrote a book called Eat Tea. It's an acronym. And I'll tell you about it later, but right now I just wanted to drop these gems on you so you could be aware of what is happening and how these systems and these formulas are weaponized against you. I'm a peaceful person. I don't want to speak doom and gloom, but I'm just warning you to look out for this, because these are systems that do prey on the innocent. They'll prey on you. And I don't want anything to happen to you guys. After all, we're all in this together, building this BSR Nation and helping each other. We're building a community within a community, and together we can build the nation and live a BSR lifestyle. Okay, guys, that's all for today. And I'll tell you some more about the acronym EAT T. It's spelled EATE -TEAE. And I'll tell you why I put an E on the end of each of those words tomorrow. Okay, ta-ta for now. And you are beautiful. You are worthy. You are awesome. And God never changes. You are blessed.